Hi, I'm Maia. After 2 knee surgeries, I experienced firsthand how isolating recovery can be. Even after overcoming my own injuries, I realized that many student athletes were still stuck where I had been, unsure how to navigate their own recoveries. There wasn't a place for guidance, mentorship, or even just someone who understood them. I knew something had to change. That's why I founded ReboundU, a nonprofit and social platform for injured student athletes. We provide resources, share recovery stories, and connect peers so they don't have to face setbacks alone. I also created bounce back boxes, care packages that include ice packs, encouraging cards, and an invitation to join our peer mentorship program. A way to connect currently injured athletes with recovered athletes who have had a similar injury to them, to create a sense of connection and understanding. Let's look at the sports injury recovery industry. Traditional providers like ATI and MedStar score very high on clinical expertise, technology, and comprehensive services. They also have trusted brands, structured recovery plans, and generally moderate to high cost for patients. While these providers excel at physical recovery, they largely overlook emotional support. They also don't have a program like ReboundU's, where support is delivered directly to athletes through bounce back boxes, physical items that help students rebuild identity and that feel a sense of belonging. The current market are athletes in rehab or clinics where they receive physical treatment but often feel isolated or disconnected. First tier, soon to be non customers, are athletes in rehab but are emotionally underserved. For example, students attending physical therapy sessions without guidance on coping or confidence. The second tier, or refusing non customers, are athletes avoiding clinics due to costs or insurance, such as students who try to push through injuries at home. And finally, third tier, or unexplored non customers, are athletes with minor injuries, burnout, or transitioning out of sports. These students feel the loss of sport or identity but are invisible to clinics. ReboundU is a nonprofit and social enterprise focused on social impact. All bounce back boxes are made and assembled by student volunteers. We have about 50 local members. Each box costs roughly $8 to make, keeping it affordable, and we plan to sell them for around $15 in the future to sustain production and scale outreach. Boxes are being distributed in test runs to injured student athletes, and in the future, we plan to expand distribution to parents who want to support their children and to physical therapy clinics that want to provide more emotional support. This approach allows us to turn competitors into partners, as clinics could help distribute boxes, improving their patient experience and expanding their image as well. Using the Eliminate, Reduce, Raise, Create framework, ReboundU eliminates insurance dependency, hospital-based care, and narrow physical-only treatment, reduces costs, administrative complexity, and clinical formality, raises emotional recovery integration, accessibility, and ongoing engagement well above industry standards, and creates student-to-student mentorship, a recovery-focused community in the bounce-back boxes themselves, combining physicality with emotional support. Comparing ATI, MedStar, and ReboundU on these factors shows clinics score very low on emotional support, mentorship, and community, while ReboundU scores very high. This demonstrates we're not solely improving existing services, but redefining recovery for student athletes. So far, we've created 25 bounce back boxes, shared multiple recovery stories on Instagram, and held multiple in-person events to create community, and even launched a website. By combining affordable boxes, emotional support, and peer mentorship, ReboundU is building a community for student athletes by student athletes. ReboundU has grown from an idea into an organization that reaches dozens of athletes and continues to expand. Each story we share, each box we send, reminds me that even small acts can make a big difference.